Shalom to Eric Fingerhut, the President and CEO of the Jewish Federations of North America.
Shalom, shalom.
So Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day is coming, and you guys decided that no quarantine, isolation, anything will prevent you from celebrating for Israel.
Absolutely. First of all, our hearts and families and love remains with the state of Israel through this crisis. We know this is affecting Jews everywhere. We follow closely the situation in Israel, and so we have stayed connected. And secondly, we all need a celebration. This has been a time, there's too much sorrow around us and sadness and loss of events and loss of closeness. Pesach, I know we all did the best we could, but let's face it, I was supposed to have been in Israel with my family for Pesach, and we weren't. So we're all excited for a celebration. So on Yom Ha'atzmaut, we're hosting a global online celebration partnering between the Jewish Federations of North America, the Jewish Agency, and Keren HaYesod, who are our partners outside of North America, and many other organizations that have signed on to support this. It's going to be an exciting, wonderful program with lots of stars and music and Israeli culture, and just a chance for Jews all around the world to join in celebrating the wonderful miracle that is the state of Israel on this 72nd birthday.
We'll be following your event, of course, here on Arutz Sheva. Now, tell me regarding the crisis. I understand that you, as a former member of Congress, and the whole organization and all the federations are helping Jewish organizations understand what they deserve, what kind of help they can receive, as the U.S. Congress has allocated money to assist people and organizations during these days of crisis.
Yeah, so first of all, it's really a historic moment in American government and American civil society, frankly, because, of course, we've had major financial crises in the past. Think about after 9/11, when a large part of the economy shut down, airline industry, et cetera. And then again in 2008, when we had the terrible recession, the real estate collapse. Each time the government put together very large trillion-dollar, economic relief packages, but neither time was the nonprofit community or the faith-based community included in those packages. For the first time, we were able to convince our leaders that the nonprofit sector in America is such, and the faith-based part of the nonprofit sector is such an important part of how we live in how we take care of people in this society in America, that it was included in the package. Then, once we convinced the government, we had to help all of our nonprofit agencies, our human service agencies that care for the aging, care for the ill, shelters, and all of our educational institutions, our schools, our day schools, our JCCs, our preschools, our camps, our Hillels on campus, and our synagogues. We had to show them how, first of all, inform them that this was available to them because it had never happened before, and then show them how to access the money and go through the process of applying to a bank for one of these loans. So it's been a massive effort, but it's been well worth it. Just the knowledge we have, and I'm sure we don't know every success that has come through. We know of now over $250 million in forgivable loans that have come into the Jewish nonprofit and synagogue world, and we know and we believe there will be perhaps as much as twice that before we're done. So it's a major effort that will enable these entities to make it through this moment of crisis and hopefully come out the other end and resume their full service to the community.
And this, Eric, is in addition to assistance and support coming between Jews from the Jewish Foundation and the Jewish Agency.
For sure. So, look, this is a moment where we needed government help because the magnitude of the challenge is so high. But we've never ever stopped our commitment to private philanthropy and support. First of all, the 146 federations that make up the Jewish Federations of North America anyway are supporting the agencies that are responding. That's what we do every year. We raise about $1 billion a year collectively that goes into the schools and the camps and the human services agencies, the welfare, the chesed agencies. So they wouldn't even exist and be able to serve were it not for the annual support. But in this last month, above and beyond the regular allocations, there's been at least another 100 million in emergency funds, in dipping into endowments and reserves, accelerating allocations in order to get those funds out. This week, a coalition of foundations put together an $80 million 0% loan fund and grants, special, again, above and beyond to respond to the crisis. And I believe there will be more of these kinds of efforts that will come forward.
Tell me, please, Eric, is there a feeling today of more togetherness between the congregations in the community?
Absolutely. This is a moment where the community is united. There's, I've given talks in the past about how you could complete volumes full of articles and books that have been written about how divided we are. We're divided between Jews in Israel and in America. We're divided between religious and the different non-denominational in America. We're divided between liberal and conservative. All of that has been it's just disappeared in this moment. We in the Federation world have put together an emergency coalition of all of the umbrella agencies, meaning the umbrella that serves all the Jewish community centers and all the Hillels and all this and every denominational movement of the synagogues. And we've been meeting together weekly to make sure that we're coordinating, to make sure that we're sharing information, that we're working together on the big projects of helping each other, that we know what the challenges are. Look, each sector is challenged differently. The day schools, aren't as in immediate crisis right now because they're still serving their students online. But the camps, we don't know. Is there going to be a camp season this summer? If there's not a camp season, that's a terrible thing. The JCCs had to shut down immediately. No preschools, no. So everybody's been affected slightly differently. We've been sharing that information and helping each other get through this crisis.
Eric Fingerhut, President and CEO of the Jewish Federations of North America, thank you very much, and happy Yom Ha'atzmaut.
My pleasure. Let's all celebrate together.